Hey guys, this is Chris Kermis and I'm on the road again, leaving Kashan after a short one-night stay here and heading to Yazd. So Yazd is smack bang in the middle of Iran. It's a city of about 500,000 people and it's probably about 4 hours drive from here, so it's going to be a longer stint today. So going to stop off on the way. There's actually quite a few nice sights on the way. I'll tell you more about those as we're in the area. And I've actually switched guides today as well. So my last guide has gone back to Tehran and I've just met my new guide, Reza, who seems like a great guy. So here we go, gonna hit the road. This is the transport for the next 20 odd days. Reza, it's gonna be great hanging out with you. And of course it's a white car. This is one thing I've noticed in Iran, about 90% of the cars are white. It makes it very, very hard to actually find the car where it's parked. So my guide yesterday actually lost his car. We ended up walking around for half an hour in Kashan trying to find it. But there you go. Anyway, let's hit the road and head south. Okay, so we're just approaching the first stop off of the day. This is Abyaneh. So this is really quite a small village, but it's famous for the red earth on which it's built. Also known as the Red Village, it's one of the oldest human settlements in Iran's desert, and it's like a living museum. And here we've arrived at the village, set against these beautiful mountains that you see behind me. So just stopping off for a little tea break here at this lovely tea place on the street. Well needed right now, just to have a little pick-me-up in the morning. And this place is fantastic. It's just like little place, local life. We've got this lovely open fire method of making the tea. Okay, so this village, it's thought to date back to about 2,500 years old, right?
Yeah.
But what's known about it?
You know, the Abyaneh village goes back to about 2,500 years ago in Achaemenid dynasty.
Oh yeah.
But as we saw, there is a temple which belongs to the Sassanid dynasty. As I mentioned, the Sassanid, they were living from 280 to 680. It means that this village at least goes back to around 1,600, 700 years ago, at least.
Okay, because there was a fire temple from Zoroastrian times, right?
Yeah,
so definitely pre-Islam.
Yeah, because of the in Sassanid dynasty we were Zoroastrian, and Zoroastrian believed that they had to have a fire temple, and there we saw that the fire temple of Zoroastrians.
And that's the village shrine. So shrines are so commonplace in Iran and they serve primarily as the tombs for the sons or grandsons of an imam. So on our way very, very much out of the more arid valleys that we were in before by the village and really into this parched desert land on the way to Yazd. Still a very, very long way to go to Yazd. We're going to actually stop at a city called Naeen on the way. It's probably about the halfway point. And although it's a city, it's an absolutely tiny city. It's only about 25,000 people. But supposedly there's a very nice mosque there, and also halfway it's going to be a nice lunch stop off. So first things first in Naeen, stopping for lunch. Super hungry now. It's actually quite a late lunch after all that travelling, but here we are. So ordered two things. Firstly, a barley soup, which is the speciality of the day. There it is, barley soup. This actually looks lovely. I'm really looking forward to trying this. And then a kebab, of course. Always the kebabs. Right, let's give this barley soup a try. That is really good, yeah. It's got some really nice flavour. I think there's some sort of leaves in there. I'm not quite sure what. It's kind of like spinach or something like this. That's just thick and hearty and good. A little bit of nice spice there as well. I'm not quite sure what again. And it's so good to be eating Persian food. I mean, really looking forward to this as well. And the kebab has arrived as well for a bit of light lunch. What were these kebabs called? This type, I forget the name. Koobideh. Yeah, so this is the Koobideh kebab. So I believe that's going to be a minced lamb. So yeah, the minced lamb kebab is served quite simply here. This is served just with the grilled tomato too, and a bit of the pickled cabbage, and some lime, of course. Yeah. That is everything I love about kebabs in this part of the world. Lovely lamb, nice char in it, so you've always got that little burnt flavour on there. Simple but so effective. It's just nothing like what we call kebab back at home. So that was a fantastic lunch, totally needed. Now we're off to the one site that we actually came to see in Naein, the Jameh Mosque. This mosque was actually from the 7th century, so basically the century of the birth of Islam. I'm in the Jameh Mosque now, and this is just strikingly different to what you see elsewhere in Iran. It really shows its age. It's clearly this Arabic architecture from the period it was built in. And Iran just never fails to surprise. Just all around the mosque you've got these amazing ruins. This castle supposedly is about 1,600 years old. So a little short on time, so we're going to head off for our final stop off of the day. We're going to Meybod. It's going to be our last stop off on the way to Yazd. Hopefully we can make it there in time. We want to go and see the ancient caravanserai there. As we head gradually closer to Yazd, the mountains seem to just fade away into the background. The greenery seems to thin out on the landscape and it becomes so much more barren, flat and open. Really brutal desert landscape out here. So we're just coming into Meybod now. The pictures that you see in the middle of the road here are the martyrs that lost their lives in the Iran-Iraq war. This kind of memorial is actually commonplace in Iranian cities and towns. And we've arrived at Meybod's Caravanserai, the main site of Meybod for me. So this caravanserai is thought to be about 400 to 500 years old. Formerly a stopping point for trade caravans on the Silk Road, you've got this wide open courtyard with an area in the middle with space to tie up the animals, and also this water system here for both the animals and the people. And as is normal for a caravanserai, you've got rooms all around the side with space for both setting up shop and for sleeping. What I never realised was there's so much more. Just by the caravanserai we've got the old water reservoir here, over the road we've got the ice house where historically ice used to be kept, and then we've got the old town itself. And this is where I discovered the most amazing site that I never even knew existed there, the castle. Wow, would you look at this view? It's incredible. And with sunset, it's the end of the day, gonna head off to Yazd and relax for the evening. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't be shy with that thumbs up. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. And please subscribe if you haven't already, there's plenty more videos coming from Iran.